All right, I wanted to go over one thing that I've been mentioning on a lot of these documents when I comment on your stories, and that is the paragraphs. You guys have probably seen this story before, and if you haven't, I'll give a quick recap. Our narrator wants to get revenge on a guy, so he lures him down to this catacombs with the promise of a rare sherry wine. And he tells him that, hey, we got to go a little further. Come on, down here, down these steps, and leads him into the most secluded area. And then says, oh, by the way, now you're trapped, and I'm going to entomb you with some bricks for all eternity. Now, it never actually says why the narrator wants revenge. He's just one of those crazy guys in Edgar Allan Poe. But it starts off with a nice medium length, medium pace description of his thoughts, okay? Nothing is happening yet. It's not telling us where we are or who's who or anything. It's just, oh yeah, this guy, Fortunato, has wronged me in some way, and I think I'm going to get revenge. Not just revenge, but it's going to be final. He's going to know it was me. I'm going to get away with it, really describing his idea. And whenever you're describing ideas, we'll talk about this next quarter with poetry, you'll usually use longer phrases and longer words even. We've got some 3-syllable words. We've got a 5-syllable word, which is way long for English. You hardly ever go that high. And we got some nice medium-sized paragraphs, but these are not a scene. This is not like something you would read in a script. This is his thoughts and preamble and everything. Notice that as soon as it gets into a scene where we've got characters and a setting and like we're actually in a place, instantly, I tried to snap, it didn't happen, let me try again. There we go. Instantly, short paragraphs, short sentences, it looks like a script. If you're reading a script for a play or a movie, it's very short lines. He did this, she did this, he said this, she said this. It never stops to make a big paragraph unless it's like a rare situation at the beginning or something like that. So I want you to keep that in mind. When you have your story, there's nothing wrong with big paragraphs. There's nothing wrong with small paragraphs. It's not like 8th grade English class when you're doing a short answer question and they tell you a paragraph has to be 5 sentences. Okay, it's not like that. Your paragraph might be 5 letters if that's all it needs. But it's about what fits the thing you're describing. If you're describing some narrator's thoughts that are kind of drifting in and out, well, they're going to take a while and they're going to be slower and longer. But if you're describing, he did this, she did this, he said this, she said this, it's probably going to be bouncing back and forth between some nice, tiny paragraphs. There might be a lot of white space on the page or black space on this page because it's black background, and you can tell right away the difference between this is mostly full of text and this has a lot of empty. Neither one is good or bad. It just depends on what you're describing. If he was describing this conversation going back and forth and he was to shove it all into one big blob, it would be hard to read and it would slow us down and it would be really strange. Would somebody get the door, please? But that's the deal. You want variety and you want appropriateness for the situation. Thanks.